I wanted to share with you a couple of dreams that I believe that the Lord gave me for this time and for the body of Christ. The first, in Acts 2, Peter quotes from Joel when he says, "In the last days, God says, I will pour out my Spirit on all people. Your sons and your daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions, your old men will dream dreams. Even on my servants, both men and women, I will pour out my Spirit in those days, and they will prophesy." Remember, we know in part, and we prophesy in part, and we have to figure how everything fits together. I had a very specific dream that was right at the beginning of the lockdown, and it was so very clear to me. I have shared it, but I'm going to share it again. I saw a city block with lots of churches on it, not unlike in Williamsport, where we have a big old church on almost every block, sometimes two on a block. And I saw that the entrances of the churches were tented. When we lived in Southern California, we would see houses or buildings that were completely tented while they fumigated for termites. But what I saw in the dream was that only the entrances were tented of the churches. Couldn't get in. But the tenting wasn't the drab color like it was in Southern California. There was bright primary colors. One was a bright red, a bright blue, a bright beautiful yellow, which told me that something vibrant and creative was happening. And since there was no entrance into the building, it was like there was something coming out of the building. So out on the street in front of the churches, matching the color that they were tinted, were these big, beautiful shapes, geometric shapes of a bright primary red matching the tinting of the bright primary red, etc. This is what I see. Right now, even though it looks like our entrances are closed because we're trying to be cautious and safe, God is doing a creative thing outside of the building, out in the street, if you will. I think it's something that we can pursue, just like the puzzle pieces, and say, God, what does that mean? But what I see is getting outside of the building and literally moving outside, maybe into the street.